What is happening, all you peaceful warriors out there? Range Day Bro back at it again, and today we have a very special unboxing and first look at the Springfield DS 1911 Prodigy. Let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As I just mentioned in the intro, this is a very exciting day for me. I've wanted to get my hands on one of these for quite a while, but as we always do on this channel, let's talk about our full disclosures. Springfield did send me this pistol for review, so that is not going to affect any of my opinions on this. I'm going to give you guys the nitty gritty, and I'm actually going to show you guys running through 500 rounds today of all different types of ammunition, so you can see for yourselves how it performs. This thing is unfired, brand new in the box, but first, let's just get into what comes in the box. So when you pop this thing open, it has a nice little carry bag. You open this thing up. Obviously, I've added a few things. It doesn't come with a Streamlight or the RMR, although that would be awesome if it did. But you have the pistol itself in here, and this is the commander length, the shorter slide length of the two. And then it comes with two mags. These are made by Duramag. We have a 20 rounder right here, as you can see, Springfield branded Duramags. And then you have the standard capacity 17 rounder right here as well. Both of these are standard capacity from the factory, YouTube, so do not demonetize me like you love to do. In here, this accessories panel, which comes with a lock, branded Springfield lock. I have a safe, so I don't really use these. And then obviously the original plate that was on the gun with the rear irons, just the optic cover plate that comes with it. And then it comes with their optic plate for Springfield's red dot, which I forget the name of it right now, but I don't own one of those and I'm not interested in owning one. So it's cool that they include it, but it's only for their Hex Dragonfly. That's the name, I believe. So I actually already went ahead and purchased this RMR plate quite a while ago because, as I mentioned, I've wanted one of these for a long time. And so I had this just waiting. When they sent the pistol, it was all ready to go. So today we have a bunch of different ammunitions loaded up on the table. We're going to be testing this with some ammo from Unlimited Ammunition right here. They sent this out for review as well. So I'm excited to try this out and maybe potentially start using more of this in the future. We also have some Federal HST just loose in my hand right here. This is what I carry every single day for self-defense. This is my preferred self-defense ammunition. We have 10 rounds of this. And then we have a bunch of Monarch brass 115 grain, about almost 300 rounds of this, along with some Freedom munitions and some Federal. So we have a little hodgepodge of different ammunition, mostly FMJ, but we're gonna see what this gun can do, see how it runs, how reliably it runs, if we have any hiccups. I've been told this gun has a break-in period, so to speak, so we got it well oiled up, and if we do run into any issues, I have my liquid drip gun lubricant here to kind of continually re-lubricate and reapply oil to this thing, because again, this gun has very tight tolerances. You could just tell when you rack the slide. It's never been fired, but racking the slide is just buttery smooth. I've never owned a staccato to kind of tell you, but it feels very much like a staccato. Honestly, I can't tell any difference whatsoever between this and the staccatos that I've shot as far as how smooth the slide is. It's super tight tolerances, barely any wiggle room there. And yeah, I'm just really excited to start shooting this thing. So we got it really well lubed up. Haven't cleaned it or anything, came from the factory, really well oiled. So we're just gonna throw a mag in it and start shooting, see how it does. All right guys, so we're sitting here with our first mag. This is gonna be the first, you guys are gonna witness the first shots through this Prodigy right here. It's brand new. We're running some Monarch brass case, 115 grain. So nothing special, maybe even a little underpowered, we'll see. But really excited, try this out. Chambered the first round. Let's just see how it shoots. Wow, that is quite the difference to the Glocks that I'm used to. Really loving this thing, man, already. Wow, super smooth, super flat shooting. The trigger is incredible. I mean, it's a 1911 style trigger, really incredible trigger. Obviously, no issues whatsoever. So let's talk a little about the controls while we got it out right here. It has a really tactile ambidextrous safety. As you can tell, it's a little, I'm not sure if it's oversized on the left versus the right to kind of favor the right-handed shooter. It looks like it might be just a tiny bit bigger on the right side, but it fits in a really good place. I got really big hands, so just using the edge of my thumb, don't have to really adjust my grip at all to reach that. Really nice. The trigger, let's ghost this trigger together. So gun's clear. Let's just ghost this trigger real quick so you guys can see what it looks like. So safety, again, really tactile. Little bit of take up there. Tiny creep and then a break and the reset. A little longer than I'd like it to be, but really, I mean, compared to a Glock, it's incredible. A little bit of take up again. and then a break, a tiny creep, but I imagine that'll break in and get smoother as we go. Gotta say, first impressions, super impressed with this thing so far. The RMR suits it really well, and I'm just resting my thumb right here on top of my Streamlight, and gives me a really good recoil management, and the thing's barely recoiling at all. So let's throw another mag in it and keep shooting and see how it does. All right guys, so we have the 20 round Duramag here that came with the gun as well. Gonna load up 20 more rounds, just do a couple plinking shots here and just see how it continues to operate. Loaded just fine. No lock back on the last round, but man, this thing is super easy to shoot and get follow-up shots with. It's just totally a different game changer from all the striker fire pistols that I'm used to. I really love how smooth this thing is. Again, no slide lock back on the last round, but we'll see if that continues or if it's just this underpowered ammo. But we have about another 300 rounds to go through of the Monarch, so let's load up some more mags, keep shooting. All right, got 2 more mags loaded up. Let's continue with this Monarch. 115 grain. All right, another flawless mag there. Bolt lock, slide lock back on the last round. All right guys, so far I'm super impressed with this pistol. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings on the internet about the Prodigy. They had some issues when they first came out, but so far, so good. We're at about 10 yards from this dueling tree right here. I'm gonna load up a mag and just show you guys how smooth it is to run. I haven't even zeroed this RMR, I just threw it on here and it's freaking already zeroed. So if I miss, I'm gonna blame it on that naturally. But let's just load this mag up and let's just try this dueling tree just so you guys can see how smooth it is. All right, missed a couple times, but I mean, at this distance with my Glock, I'd have to be thinking so much more, just being so much more concentrated on my trigger press. And with this thing, it's just like, you don't even have to think, it's very instinctual. And it's a phenomenal shooter, man. It is super smooth. And you can just tell that's about a, what do you think, 8-inch plate, Levi? About an 8-inch plate. We're at about 12 yards from it. The rate of fire which you can get accurate follow-up shots with this thing is unbelievable. You definitely cannot do this, or I cannot do this at the level of a shooter I am with my Glock. So it's like a cheat code using this thing. It's unbelievable. So the only thing I could really knock with this gun is the slide release here. You really have to break your grip in order to get over to it. As you can see, I've seen a lot of guys where they just insert the magazine and come right up here with their left hand and hit it, because in order to hit it with my right, here's my normal shooting grip right here. There's no chance that and I have big hands, there's no chance I'm even getting close to that. So I really have to break my grip. Even if it was slightly extended, it would still be an issue, I believe, but it's just the nature of having a thick grip for a double stack 2011. So I really have to come from my shooting grip here, break it in order to hit that slide release. Kind of my only complaint as far as the controls on this whole thing. It's my only complaint so far. Shoots like a charm. I think this is our 6th mag right now. Let's just keep shooting and see how it does. All right, seems like the only issue we're running into so far is this 20 round extended mag is not locking the slide to the rear, but so far so good besides that. Let's get some more mags loaded. So far, no malfunctions. We only have 2 mags that were sent with a gun, so just doing a lot of reloading in between, but I could tell it's starting to get hot, starting to burn off some of that oil. It's starting to get a little gummy on the slide. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some half battery situations, but I'm not gonna jinx it. Let's just keep shooting and see how it does. This thing is like a freaking cheat code, dude. I promise you, I'm not this good of a shooter. It is just the gun. Maybe shooting those Glocks for all these years and training my trigger discipline has really helped me with today, but I mean, we're at like 15 yards right here. All right, only happens with this mag, doesn't want to lock back. Yeah, we're almost down to the end of this Monarch, so coming up on 300 and something rounds with this thing and 0 malfunction, so pretty great so far. All right, so we have the last of that Monarch loaded up. I think we got 6 rounds in there, and then we're gonna move to this Freedom Munitions in this extended mag right here, this 20 rounder. So, and then once we get to the Freedom Munitions, probably hand the gun over to my camera guy, let him get his first impressions on it, let him see what he thinks about it. He's been watching me shoot it. I'm sure you've been itching to try it yourself, and I already promised him I'd give him it. So let's toast off these last 6 here. All right, flawless with the cheapo Monarch brass case. Levi, you want to come give this thing a shot?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll put on my +3 Ergo safety glasses here.
First impressions, how does it feel?
Feels good. I've never shot a double stack 1911 though. My God. Yeah, it doesn't look back. That's still really nice though.
Yeah.
That is so smooth. Oh, I see what you're saying. You have to break your grip just to get over. Mm-hmm. Little gritty, but still very, very smooth, even with how much you shot it. I'm very impressed. That's a lot of fun. Feels good in the hand too. All right, so this is the last bit of that Freedom Munitions. This is 124 grain, brand new, not reload. So that's the last of that. And then we have another mag loaded up with 124 grain Federal FMJ. See how this thing performs, keep shooting it. It's getting really hot now. Flawless. Now we have the Federal 124 grain American Eagle. All right, ran flawlessly. Got about 27 more rounds of this, so let's load these up, finish this off, and then we'll move over to the unlimited ammo 9mm. All right, last 2 mags of the American Eagle. Let's see how it runs. Chambered one. See, that might have been me on the grip safety. I'm not used to having a grip safety on a pistol. That's a new thing to me, so. I know there's a lot of controversy on the internet for guys who run Ranger bands and lock it down permanently. Personally, I like having that there, a little bit of extra safety. All right, ran that flawlessly. Again, besides the slide lock back on that one. Now let's move over to the unlimited ammo. This is their FMJ 115 grain. Gonna throw this in here, got 50 rounds of this. All right, unlimited ammo, 115 grain FMJ. See how it likes it. Mag lock back, slide lock back rather. Ran it just well, perfectly. Getting a little gritty on the slide going forward. I can feel it's moving a lot slower. It's getting really dirty and really hot. The slide's hot, really hot to the touch right now, but let's keep shooting, see how it does. All right, I think that one was just not fully in battery.
should have taken a little bit more time to check, but I think it was just getting a little sluggish going forward. So I don't think, so I guess the first malfunction there, not going fully into battery, but let's continue shooting. All right guys, so the rest of those 115 grain FMJs in here. Okay, and now we have 17 rounds of their Nukes, 124 grain. This is their jacketed hollow point, Coin the Nuke. Let's see how it likes these. All right, I guess this is what happened last time. Levi, if you could zoom in on this right quick. So it's not fully in the battery. So if I give it a little tap, it goes right back in. Same thing. Same thing. So, and then lock back on the last round. I think we've reached the point where this thing needs to be re-lubricated. For the sake of our test, I was gonna go 500 rounds without doing anything to it. We haven't added lubrication to it at all. We have 4 more Nukes left and then 10 of the Federal HST to reach 500 rounds. And so let's just see what happens. All right guys, we have the last 4 Nukes loaded up here. We've done nothing to the gun. Slide went full in a battery from slide lockback. So let's see if it runs these 4. Nope. Okay, slide lock back. We have 10 rounds of Federal HST loaded up right here in the 20 round mag. Let's see how it likes these. These are my everyday carry choice for ammunition. So let's see how it does with this. Fully in the battery. These got quite a bit more powder in them, you could just tell. And these are not plus P as far as I know, so I can remember. All right, so that's gonna conclude our 500 round review on this thing. Absolutely love this thing. You gotta know what you're getting into with a 2011. It's not like a Glock, so I kind of anticipated this happening towards the end of our review because it is so tight the tolerances are. I mean, you could just tell from before we started shooting it, obviously, till right now, there's a lot more grit, a lot more carbon hanging this thing up as you slide it. It doesn't glide as freely, although it's still very smooth. It's still really hot. So I think we burned off a lot of the oil, adding all that carbon of nonstop, high rates of fire shooting. I don't think it's a knock on the gun. I think it's more just a knock on the platform itself. Again, don't have a Staccato to torture test it against or to compare it. This isn't a comparison review. All I can say is that I'm super impressed with the way this thing performed. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, right now, Brownells is the biggest supporter of the channel, so head on over to brownells.com. Use bro code RDB10 to get you 10% off the website, and it helps the channel out, pays for some of the ammunition and things like that. So big help if you guys want to go over there and do that. I really appreciate you guys. If not, a free way to support the channel is to like, comment, and subscribe. Super cheesy, but it really helps, especially because YouTube is not a huge fan of the 2A movement. So anything you guys can do will be greatly appreciated. And until next time, stay safe, stay dangerous. Range Day Bro, out.